I think first and foremost that we need to hear your voice and we need to hear your ideas. I think about the great civil rights leader, John Lewis. Representative John Lewis spoke about the importance of getting into good trouble. And I'm thinking specifically of the op-ed that was published posthumously that I share with my class every year. And we turn off the lights and we just listen to the words, the audio, and his message to all of us about getting into good trouble. And so I think one of the ways that I try to be a good troublemaker is by teaching my kids, my students, to be good troublemakers, and doing that through teaching my kids the skills that they need to try to create a change in our community that they want to see. And so we do a lot of action civics work in our class, and action civics is not just learning the civic knowledge about how our government works, but it is learning the actual skills of how you go out and create change, and not just learning it in the theoretical sense, but really applying it, not in a pretend way, in a real way, on real issues our kids care about, trying to, and in many cases, often creating real change in our community. And so each year, each spring semester, my students in each class look at a whole range of issues they care about and choose one issue as a class and then work on it for many, many months, researching the issue, identifying root causes, figuring out goals, identifying folks in power who have power to change these issues that they care about, our targets, and then identifying and working on tactics and trying to convince those targets to support us on our goal. And in this way, my students have addressed food insecurity in schools for young people, and opened up in collaboration with community organizations in our school, a food pantry based in our school that's been running now for many years. They've proposed introductions to curriculum to deepen the types of curriculum we study around immigrant education. They have done massive surveys of this school on a whole range of issues. This year, one of my classes is working to advocate for a bill that would address lead-contaminated water in schools. And so all of these are examples, and there are many, many more, of ways in which my students are not just identifying issues they care about, because my students care about so many issues in our community and want to help advocate in our community, but also then working on that. They're sending those emails, they're creating those surveys, and then doing those surveys and analyzing the data. They're meeting with our representatives, they're organizing with organizations in our community. They're doing the real work, and they're doing it in collaboration with each other. And that for me is good troublemaking. So for me, to be a good troublemaker, it's by teaching my kids the skills they need to go do the work, to create the change that they want to see in the world.